For those of you this is geared toward, the different civilization types aren't necessarily a statement of intelligence. However, there is a general leap in intelligence every few types, known as blocks. Types 1, 2, and 3 are in Block 1. Types 4, 5, and 6 are in Block 2. Types 7, 8, and 9 are in Block 3, and 10, 11, and 12 are in Block 4, and are the highest known intelligence. Of course, that doesn't mean you're stupid if you're in Type 1. It just means you haven't had the technological advancements of the higher types. Type 1s are still using fossil fuels as their primary source of energy, and have barely tapped into space travel because of it. They may have started digging into green energy and in some cases begun to work on teleportation, but have made little to no progress on one or both of these. To this civilization type, the multiverse is just a theory and oftentimes one that is not believed by the general masses. But as is true for all civilizations, they can evolve over time. Jet tells me I should inform you of the tale of the plane Onslaught to help those of you in Type 1 civilizations feel better about it. Onslaught is a plane that started as a Type 1 civilization that came extremely close to destroying its primary planet, but managed to pull through and become a Type 7 out of necessity. It is currently a Type 8 and has multiple inhabited planets. The same intelligence as Type 1, as previously discussed. These civilizations typically use green energy or nuclear energy for their primary source. They still don't know the multiverse is real, nor can they teleport, though. No smarter than Type 1 or 2, these civilizations are always completely reliant on either nuclear energy or some form of green energy, usually stellar. They tend to be more advanced in space travel than the other two in their block. Granted, they still haven't left their system yet. They have started colonizing nearby planets, though. The second block of civilizations tend to be smarter than the first block. Type 4s typically colonize their entire system and are working on teleportation. They use more advanced green energy methods, usually turning uninhabitable planet or moon into a massive stellar energy bank. They understand that the multiverse is real, but haven't done anything with that knowledge yet. From this level onward, they know about the civilization typing, though. Still within the second block of intelligence, these civilizations and upward have spread out a bit more than the others before it, leaving their planets with more room for wildlife and of course food sources. They tend to have a better handle on teleportation and sometimes even having a complete understanding of it. These civilizations have a full understanding of teleportation and have one or two planar bridges allowing multiversal travel. They have usually a few planet stellar energy banks and have a Dyson sphere or two. Type 7s have multiple planar bridges and have branched out of their star systems. Usually they only have 2 or 3 systems that they currently have inhabited, but they are very well connected. This type and upward are where medical technology gets extremely good, replacing organs with meds and the like. Type 8 is even more spread out. Usually they have 10 or so systems under their control. They typically find even more effective energy sources. It's different plane to plane, as every universe does have different resource quantities and sometimes different resources altogether. These civilizations have branched out to hundreds of systems. They have found the most effective energy source for their plane, and that source is either itself infinite or they have found ways to make more. They are very close to reaching escape velocity for their life expectancy. The first and the final block. These civilizations are in an odd spot where emotions are not as prominent as in others, as you could probably tell with me. Type 10s live on almost every planet in their universe. This is also where the understanding of why reaching escape velocity for their life expectancy is a terrible thing starts. Type 10s and upward tend to have a decent knowledge in most fields while specializing in a certain field. Everyone on 10, 11, and 12 know everything in their specialized fields. Type 11 civilizations have regained their emotions and have life on every planet in their universe, and sometimes begin to inhabit other planes if they have permission from the plane they want to move to. Hardly anyone would say no to them, though, given their status as a Type 11, especially if they have a very useful specialization, or two. While Type 12s are incredibly smart, typically smarter than even 10 or 11, they deal with a rather unfortunate problem. They either stay in their plane bored out of their mind to be with their families, or they leave their families behind to explore the multiverse and understand more about it. There are rare cases where people do not have a family at all and can explore freely without that choice. There are also cases where the scientists of these planes will clone themselves to acquire knowledge even faster.